Hello YouTube, I'm back with another Ultimate Fighter episode review. This one is for episode 3 of season 23, being called Who I Am. First strawweight fight of the season, like the first proper one, but we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, let's get, pretty much the stuff I normally talk about out of the way, which is the more important, what I feel to be the more important points of the episode. And we start off with a training session for team, let's call it Team JJ, I'm not going to try and pronounce Joanna's surname, because I fail miserably. Polish is a difficult language to learn. But yeah, we start off with a training session, and Helen Harper, who you might remember from last episode, suffered a really terrible fever to the point where she was found in the fridge trying to cool down, was doing some jiu-jitsu training and kind of bent her arm in a weird way by accident. She was caught in an armbar, and like imagine this, but imagine that bent a bit worse. Not really terribly so, but enough where you can see damage done. Just picture that as Helen's arm, unless you actually saw the episode yourself. In that case, you didn't need the visual representation there. But yeah, poor Helen, to be honest. I mean, she's kind of out of fighting for the season. Once again, Khalil, being the good friend that he was, tries to comfort her. He lost the first fight of the season, but he's not going to quit. He's not going to give up. And I like that he's doing that for her. I like that Khalil is such a nice guy to not just Helen, but to everyone. I've seen him be nice to other people. And we go from an injury to pretty sad backstory. As I thought I messed that up, but I didn't. Pretty sad. Well, I have now. Pretty sad backstory. As we find out a bit about Tatiana, which I kind of forgot to mention in the intro episode. We find out that very early on in her age, I think around about the time she actually started wrestling, she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, which I think she still has from what I remember of the episode, so she does have to get regular treatments for it. However, she ain't gonna let that stop her. I mean, she was picked as number one for Team Claudia for a reason. But we'll get to that, trust me. I might have spoiled it just there, but we'll get to it. However, we move from that to a bit, a little bit of hilarity, shall we say, as Khalil Rountree and Cory Hendricks, who fought in the last episode and Hendricks won, decide to have a doughnut eating contest to kind of, settle the score. And Khalil, being a former fat kid himself, wins, obviously. Not only does he wins a really cool spray-painted silver doughnut trophy, well, necklace thing. But that's nowhere near it, because just thinking about it is making me laugh. Because Cory, sorry for the random pause there, I heard something, but yeah, because Cory the next day has to have makeup done by the female fighters, as well as wear a female fighter uniform, which includes the trousers and the bra, and he has to walk around, and he has the worst stroke I've ever seen. It shouldn't make me laugh as much as it does, but it was a completely out of left field thing. We go from talking about, terrible cancer story from Tatiana to unexpected doughnut eating contest to cross-dressing thing as part of the punishment for Cory losing. So it was just really funny. A lot better than it should have been. Yeah, we move on from that pretty much to the fight itself between JJ and Tatiana. It was a decent fight. It wasn't horrible by any chance, but it wasn't the best. JJ, when they were both standing up, JJ definitely had the better chances. She was landing good punches. Excuse me. Tatiana was landing some good strikes, but it's clear that she wasn't on par with JJ in the striking department. However, everything changed when Tatiana got her first takedown. I mean, JJ was doing some good sprawls. She had some good defense, but not enough to keep Tatiana completely away. So pretty much Tatiana took down JJ, held her down for most of the round. went for several submission attempts. She wasn't just lazy, you know. She didn't just hold her down and hug her on the ground and wait for the time to do that. She worked. She put in strikes. She got some really good ground transitions and she went for good submissions. She pretty much ground out the first round. Second round kind of started the same way as the first. You know, JJ was standing. They both landed good shots. Then Tatiana went for another takedown and went for even more submission attempts. And like with just over a minute left in the second round, she managed to take JJ's back, sinking a rear naked choke. Won by submission. So, you know, that is putting away some of the doubts I had about Tatiana. But you know, I've been proven wrong many times by the UFC and the Ultimate Fighter in general. And we kind of move on from that to the next fight announced, which is Andrew Sanchez from Team Claudia against Myron Dennis from Team Joanna. I just completely forgot which one it was. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting fight because Myron's got serious knockout power, but I have a feeling that what's going to happen to him is the same thing that happened to the bloke that Andrew beat to get into the house. I don't remember his name, but it was like the people that the one that everyone was buzzing about, and Andrew kicked his ass. I think the same thing could happen, but I would very much like Myron to win because I like him more as a fighter, and I want Team Joanna to have win because it's 2-0 for Team Claudia now. And before we sign off, actually, there is something interesting I wanted to bring up because it's something that I felt in my head, but I didn't want to say it out loud. Luckily, Claudia said it for me. Just before they went out to announce the next fight was Claudia points out in the whole backstage interview style thing that they do that Joanna is the worst trash talker she's ever seen, and I kind of have to agree. I mean, while the tension is very palpable, as I mentioned in the last review I did, it's very, very much there. But Tatiana, but Joanna is really, really not good at starting the whole trash talk conversation thing. I mean, the only reason Claudia is so good at it is because she kind of just wants to not have to deal with Joanna's bullcrap. To be honest, I mean that's a fair enough term to use for it. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing to note for some reason. So yeah, there we go. That pretty much wraps up the episode. 2 wins for Team Claudia. Technically, maybe a win for Team Joanna because of the donut eating thing. I mean, definitely when you see Cory in the makeup and the women's clothing, it was weird and funny as hell. That is all that I can say about that. So, with that much in mind, I'm gonna. Oh, that's good. With that in mind, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoy yourself, and I don't know when, but I should have my first episode of backtracking out maybe within the next couple of weeks, because yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because yeah. So I'm just going to leave it on that extremely awkward note. Bye bye.